Hello guys. Wow. Something got stuck in my throat there. But hello guys, Tolo here, and you guys have been requesting this for the longest time. It's like you've been requesting this for months, weeks. I mean, you've been requesting this for basically half a year, and I've been repeatedly saying no to you guys. For that specific reason, I really would like to avoid the trolls. But anyways, here we go, and I'll just have to deal with whatever trolls come at me later on. You guys wanted to see my how I put up my add-on, and what kind of macros do I run with, and what my keybinds and etc. and etc. are. And I'm gonna show it all to you guys. But before I do so, please put it into this perspective. Everybody plays different. Everybody is different. It's a keybinds, add-ons, macros really comes down to personal preference, choices, and etc. And my macros are by no means perfect. A few of them I've taken from the internet. Most of them are actually very common among the warriors in the community. Most warriors use them already, or use maybe a better form of macros than I do. And some of my macros are just put up because I'm lazy as hell. Oh well, let's get started. Here's my warrior and my add-ons. I do have a bunch of add-ons. I am mostly a PvE player, but the only really two add-ons you need to worry about is my DBM, well, a PvP section, which can be useful for Arathi basing wars and gulch and all that kind of stuff. It's not a must, it's just good information overall. And then my Omni CC is the one that you know, down in my down in the button I have that I have all my abilities, and you will see a certain number counting down. That's pretty much what Omni CC does for me. And then I use let's see, what else do I use? I have a bunch of add-ons, not that many actually. I've been using add-ons for a long time, but I've never really been much into that kind of a UI kind of person. Oh, the last one is probably Debuff Filter. That's one I use a lot, and that's probably the add-on you guys are asking me the most about. And I already made a video on how you can set up Debuff Filter, and will probably be in the description below, but I'll get into that later. Let's just go ahead, join up on my warrior. If only I could get past loading screen. I guess that's what's happening when getting a slow loading screen whenever you're rendering a video in the background and you're recording at the same time. Kinda takes up a lot of speed. But anyways, here we are on top of the cathedral in Stormwind. So as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead, use my deadly calm now, and look at that. Now it says 2 minutes and 9 seconds till I can use recklessness. Well, that is the Omni CC add-on I was talking about, and you can see my recklessness here, the cooldown of my recklessness, deadly calm, and my apparatus trinket. That is a part of my debuff filter, and you can see my Colossus Smash here. That is also a part of deadly debuff filter. That's what I'm talking about, not deadly filter, debuff filter. I have a video up on that, and as well, when I use my let's get some rage here. When I use my spell reflect, you can see that comes up, and yeah, basic things like that. That's just what I managed with the debuff filter. Yeah, go ahead, check that video out. I'm not gonna go into that, explaining how exactly I set up my debuff filter here. I'm just gonna tell you guys that's what I use, and that's what it's for. So here's my warrior, my dear warrior. I've been playing a warrior since the old days, since the beginning of vanilla, and I really only started playing arms warrior here in Cataclysm, so I am just as new to arms PvP as you guys are. And all of vanilla I was mainly playing prot warrior, and TPC I was fury warrior, a little bit fury warrior, and at Wrath of the Lich King I was either prot warrior or fury warrior. It wasn't until Cataclysm that I started playing as an arms warrior, so I'm by no means perfect. I'm not an arena player, I'm just a casual player like you guys, enjoying the battlegrounds, and I guess I play a lot. That's why I got 141,534 unable kills. But anyways, let's get into it. You wanted to see what kind of macros do I run? Well, let's go ahead / type M. What kind of macros do I have? Well, for one, let's the beginning. My Mortal Strike. My Mortal Strike is just a cast attack, cast Mortal Strike. On button number 3, you can see I got my Heroic Strike, and Heroic Strike is macro. It's because I'm lazy, and what that macro does is it activates Inner Rage and Heroic Strike. I know a lot of people are gonna say that's just bad. You need to activate Inner Rage yourself, or you need to activate Inner Rage with that and that ability and so on. Yeah, but I don't care. Of course, I should probably put it on a ability on another button by itself, so I can activate Inner Rage whenever I feel like it. But by this way, I just activate it whenever I do Heroic Strike, and I don't really care. Might not be beneficial, but that's what I am, and it's down to personal preference once again. Okay, the next, on number 4, I have my Spell Reflect. What it does is it changes into my weapon by typing /equip my weapon. I know there's an easier way to it. You can type something /equip weapon slot numbers. Yeah, I can't even remember the weapon slot. And but the thing is, I have /equip the name of my weapon and the name of my PvP shield, and then I'll be casting a Spell Reflect. So what it does is, if I have rage for it, let's give me some rage. I press 4, I equipped it, and I press 4 once again, and I do my Spell Reflect. And you see, now I Spell Reflect. Okay, next button is my Colossus Smash. Colossus Smash is my the macro looks like this. It cast battle stance. That way, if I'm for some reason I'm in the prot stance, as you can see here, then I can go great into battle stance, and it will equip my two-handed weapon just in case if I was in a battle stance and I was having that shield on, you know, then I will be go ahead and equip my Greatsword, and then it will cast Colossus Smash. Then some of you guys may be saying, well, you should have your Ruthlessness weapon on a separate button. Yeah, probably should, because it's sometimes you want to throw Colossus Smash up there, even though you may be in prot and you want to still be equipping your shield and a sword. But then again, it comes down to personal preference. I'm not a perfect player. I'm just being a lazy player at times, and that's how I am. I'm trying to avoid as many keybinds as possible. Oh well. Next is, on my Q, I got my Cleave, and while my Cleave is casting Battle Shout and Cleave, and that's just something I'm used to. I'm used to having my Battle Shout on that button. That way I know in PvE, I know I'll have my Battle Shout or my Commanding Shout, whether depends on what I've put my macro up to doing. I'll have a Battle Shout and a Commanding Shout all the time. Try to put it at Cleave as much in PvP as possible as well. It's not always Cleave is beneficial to you, but hey, that's just me again. So next is, I guess we could go into my Deadly Calm. My Deadly Calm, nothing spectacular. It uses the Apparatus of Khaz'goroth trinket. If it has any, well, it consumes the stacks I have on that trinket and uses it, and then it casts Deadly Calm. That's pretty common knowledge in the warrior community as well. My second macro is my Recklessness, and what it does is it, yeah, let's go it. Oh crap! It's gonna use my usually it uses my Layer's Locket, and it will turn me into a Night Elf. That's one of the things you guys have been asking me a lot. How do you turn into a Night Elf? And it's just simple an item I got from Fireland or Molten Front. And then we'll use Recklessness. Then it will use my DPS macro, which is, or my DPS trinket, which is the Ruthless Gladiator Badge of Victory, which gives me a lot of strength, 2000 strength for 20 seconds. Then I will use Sweeping Strike and cast Mortal Strike in the end, just in case I do hit the button 2 times. And the last macro, or one of the, nah, not the last actually, is my Shield Wall. What it does, I have it on F3. What it does, it cancel your Recklessness, it cancel my Hand of Protection, it casts a Shield Wall, it equips my shield, and my weapon. So what it does, you can see, I'm gonna press F3 here now. I'm in a battle stance. One click, I'm in. I got my shield. One more click, and I got shield wall on. And it will cancel my recklessness just in case I do get focused. I can go ahead, quickly double tap number F3, and I'll get into shield wall and cancel all that, so I do not take that much damage. So I have I do once in a while, you know, I do my bladestorm, and of course I don't have enough rage for it right now. But if I was doing my bladestorm, well, why not? Let's fly over there, and I'm gonna show you guys. I do have cancel macros for it as well. Whenever I charge, you know, on charge, by the way, I have a cast battle shot, cancel aura bladestorm, and cast charge. Then whenever I charge, if let's say I'm doing bladestorm, I'm just gonna get some rage here. There we go, I got some rage. Okay, I've got a bladestorm, and there we go. I used my charge, and when I use my charge, I double tap my charge, then I will use a cancel aura bladestorm. So that way, if I do see, like, let's say I'm bladestorming some targets like these two Shadow Priests here, then suddenly I see a healer way over there, and I'm gonna charge that guy because I want to stun it. Then I can do that without waiting for my bladestorm to finish up. And that's another thing. I do also have that cancel aura for my pommel, my interrupting ability. I do have cancel aura bladestorm as well, just in case I am currently bladestorming a healer, for example, and if that healer, for example, if that healer is about to cast a very big heal, or who knows, something of their importance that I do need to interrupt straight away, then I'll just double tap my F button, which is my pommel, and I'll stop bladestorming and interrupt that target. So what else do I have? Well, Enraged Regeneration, I do have that combined with the Berserker Rage. That way, if I just tap it once, then I will get Berserker Rage. If I tap it twice, then I'll get Enraged Regeneration in case it is on cooldown. That way, whenever I get zapped or something like that, I'm just gonna tap that button once, and I get out of it. I probably should have my Berserker Rage and my Enraged Regeneration on each of their own buttons, but that's just me being a little bit lazy about it. And hey, it works for me, and in the end, it comes down to personal preference. So what else do I have for a PvP warrior? Disarm. Oh yeah, that's right, Disarm. What my Disarm does, it is on E ability. You know, Disarm requires defensive stance. So what it does is it puts me into defensive stance, casts Disarm, and then puts me back into battle stance. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys here. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to disarm a training dummy. I'm usually never standing in front of a training dummy. Oh well, I'm gonna charge here, get some rage. Okay, so let's see if this is an enemy. He's gonna use just right now he's using Recklessness, Bladestorm. I'm gonna go ahead, disarm him. I press E once, bam, I'm put into defensive stance. I hit the E twice, and I disarm him, and I go straight into battle stance. So 2 clicks, you go into defensive stance, and 1 click, you disarm him. One click, and you disarm him. But of course, I'm not able to disarm. I'm not able to disarm that target for some reason. Oh well, that usually works in a PvP. I don't know why it's not working here, but that's how it is. Okay, so I believe that covers my macros. Now, guys, you want to see what kind of keybinds do I use? Well, let's find somewhere more quiet, shall we? Just gonna fly way out here. So on number 1, I do have my Mortal Strike. 2, I do have my overpower. Number 3, I have that heroic strike macro. 4, I do have my spell reflect. I used to have my spell reflect up on shift 2, but then I realized I wasn't using it enough as I'm supposed to, and I actually knew that for a long time, but I just never. Sometimes I can be really slow about things, but that's just me being lazy. Everybody's lazy. I am lazy too. So now I can move it down to number 4. Number 5 is my rend. 7 or 6 is my shattering throw, and number 7 is my Colossus Smash, and 8 is my victory rush. The thing is, however, on I do have 2 side mouse buttons on my mouse, so mouse button number 1 will be using Colossus Smash. Mouse button number 2 will use my victory rush. On charge, I use G to charge my demo shout. I don't use that often in PvP, which is kind of bad for my yeah, for that matter, it's just kind of bad. I don't even know where I'm flying. Oh well. On Shift E, I do have that demo shout. On Shift S, I do have my retaliation. And where am I flying? I don't even know. On Q, I do have cleave. On E, I got my disarm. On R, I got a hamstring. On T, I got my throwdown. Shift T, I got my bladestorm. On Shift F, I got my heroic throw. Shift G, I do have my heroic leap. F, I do have my pummel. Shift 1, I do have my piercing howl. Shift 2, execute. Shift 3, intimidating shout. And Shift 4, I do have my Everyman for himself, or if it was on another character, I would have I probably would have my PvP trinket there. And on half button, which is on the Danish keyboard, it's just besides button number 1. I do have my Enraged Regeneration, and not button number. Not on F1, I do have my Deadly Corn. F2, Recklessness. F3, Shield Wall, and all the other doesn't really matter. Okay, so once in a while I do shift to Prod Stance as well. And on there, I really don't have that much. I do have my Rattling Cry on number 2, for some reason. Shield Wall on number 1. The only thing you really need to notice there is my Heroic Revenge, Shield Block, Colossus Smash, Intervene on G as well. So that way I can intervene people if necessary. I probably should put in this macro here, so I can intervene, intercept, and charge in the same button. Oh well. That's about it. That's my macros. And ooh, there's a house up there. Have you guys seen that house? I made a video about it a few weeks ago, or a few months ago actually. Pretty cool place, isn't it? Okay, and there's a certain sheep here. I'm gonna show you guys if it's live, of course. A lot of PvP arena players goes up here and kill it. Okay, where are you, sheepy? Where are you? See, Achy Tyler. Okay, it's a robot sheep, in fact. I can't find it for some reason right now. Sheep. I'm looking for you. There's a sheep here. There it is. That's Tecton. Hello, Tecton. And look at that. I'm gonna kill it, but it's gonna be booming. Boom. No. And hey, what the heck, guy? I guess that gnome wasn't quite happy about that. Anyways, guys, this was the video you guys have been requesting for the longest time. And if you want to know what kind of gear I'm running with, and what kind of enchants and gems, what kind of spec I'm running with, it's all of it is just standard warrior knowledge. It is available on any forums, any wikis, anything. Or you can just look up my armory, which will be in the description below. And this video already dragged on for way too long, I think. I'm gonna go back into my Rafi basin grinding, so see you later, guys. Bye.